Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a look at Banana Gun. That's banana.
hmm
And it seems like more than just, another token. Our sources describe it as a trading bot.
Right, for on-chain tokens. You can use it on Telegram or they have a web app too.
Okay, so our goal here is really to get a handle on what Banana Gun is, and specifically what role its token, Banana, plays in all this.
Yeah,
What seems interesting, kind of the hook for me, is how this token isn't just speculative. It's like built right into a tool people actually use.
exactly. It's not just about price appreciation, although holders probably want that too.
Yeah.
The core job of Banana Gun, the bot itself, is to make trading these on-chain tokens faster, smoother.
And being on Telegram,
Yeah,
that's pretty common for crypto accessibility, right?
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Very popular for quick access. And adding the web app plus covering both EVM chains and Solana, well, it shows they're aiming for broad usability. Makes sense.
Efficient trading. Okay. So let's dig into the banana token then. It sounds like it wears a few hats.
It does. So first, there's governance. Holders get to vote on proposals. Pretty standard stuff there.
Right. Like a DAO structure almost.
Sort of, yeah. But then it gets more integrated. You can actually burn banana tokens
Yeah.
to unlock extra features in the bot.
Oh, interesting. So direct utility tied to the tool.
Exactly. Pay to get more power,
Hmm.
essentially. And there's also access to a holders-only chat, which helps build that community feel.
Okay.
And maybe the most eye-catching part, you can earn real yield. The bot generates revenue, and a share of that goes to banana holders.
Just for holding.
Just for holding. It's a direct incentive to, hold the token long term and participate in the platform's success rather than just flipping it. It's a more concrete utility model than you often see.
Got it. Okay, that leads nicely into the tokenomics, the supply, distribution,
Yeah.
that whole picture.
Right.
So the total potential supply is capped at 10 million banana. Currently, it's closer to 8.9 million because some have been burned already.
About 11% burned, according to the source.
And the circulating supply, as of mid-July anyway, was around 2.42 million. That's what, like 27%?
Yeah, about 27% of the current total. The source mentioned the initial circulating supply when it listed was a bit higher, around 3.2 million, maybe 36% then.
So how is that initial supply, or rather the total supply, allocated? What jumps out?
Well, besides the 11% burned, a big chunk, 24%, is designated for holders, which lines up perfectly with that yield idea we just talked about.
Okay, makes sense.
Then there's locked liquidity, just 1%. The team gets 10%, which is fairly standard.
Right.
But the really big slices are the Treasury and Ecosystem Fund at 46%. And then there was this Binance HO Dealer airdrop.
Ah, yes, the airdrop. How much was that?
That was 800,000 tokens,
Yeah.
which is about 8% of the max supply, or maybe closer to 9% of the current total. A significant distribution effort.
So 46% for Treasury and ecosystem. That's a huge amount reserved for, well, future stuff.
Yeah, development, growth, partnerships, you name it. It suggests a long-term plan,
Yeah.
but also gives the core team a lot of control over future direction, depending on how that treasury is governed.
Okay. So big focus on community through holding rewards and the airdrop, but also a large reserve. The source also briefly mentions the bot having layers, a backend API, and then the Telegram part.
Yeah, think of the backend and API as the engine room. That's where the actual trading logic and connections happen.
Gotcha.
The Telegram bot and the web app are just the user interfaces, the dashboards you use to interact with that engine.
So Telegram isn't the whole thing, just one way in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And offering access to both EVM chains and Solana through those interfaces just widens the net.
And they definitely seem to be pushing the community angle hard. They list Twitter, Telegram chats, YouTube, website, Linktree, all the usual channels.
Makes sense given the tokenomics focus on holders and ecosystem. They need an engaged user base.
So let's try and sort of wrap this up. Key takeaways.
I would say first, Banana isn't just a currency. It's like woven into the fabric of this trading tool for features, governance, rewards.
Right, the integration is key.
Second, the token distribution, with significant amounts for holders and the ecosystem, suggests a real focus on user involvement, though that large treasury is worth watching.
And third.
The bot itself, operating across multiple chains via Telegram and web, it potentially offers, speed and accessibility for on-chain trading, which is a competitive space.
Definitely. So this deep dive into Banana Gun, it really highlights an interesting blend of trading tech and crypto economics.
Mm-hmm.
The way they've tied the banana token to the bot's actual functions and distributed it, it raises interesting questions, doesn't it, about the future of these on-chain trading platforms?
Absolutely. How else might we see tokens integrated into tools like this? And how much will user participation, driven by things like yield and governance, continue to shape how these technologies evolve?
Exactly. Gives you something to think about. Thanks for exploring this with us today.